Good morning, beautiful people. Today I am going to be ordering what the person in front of me ordered. So, I bought this new thing for my car from Glass House. Honestly, God knows how to put it in. It's like 8 a.m. Whoa, are you kidding? Oh, what's this? Oh, this makes sense. See, if you just have a bit of a look around, the answers will be right there in front of you. Okay, I think there's one in there. Oh, this is the scent Lost in Amalfi. Actually at Steph's nail salon yesterday. She does my nails and she said this is her favorite scent. If I can put it back on. I need to maps to Starbucks because it's literally like a 30-minute drive. The things I do for coffee. We are 1 minute away from Starbucks. I'm kind of nervous to like order what the person in front of me got, but there's no one in front of me. Do I wait? Oh, I'll wait for this person to go because they're going in front. 2 people, so I might get a bigger order. Oh, they're not going in. Guys, there's no one in front of me. Maybe I'll just say what the last person ordered. Do you think that will be okay? And if not, there's like different drinks right now. Hi, can I order what the previous person ordered before?
Pardon?
Can I order what the last person ordered?
A what?
Can I order what the last person ordered?
What order? What you order?
Like the person before me, what they ordered?
Venti flat white.
Yeah, can I please order that? And what ones do you have in the Christmas ones? What flavors?
Pardon?
The Christmas flavors?
Pardon?
That's all good. That's all. Thank you.
Refill, please.
Fucking fail, bro. Hi, good, thanks. Thank you.
There's a flat white.
Thank you.
Can I get cold brew ready as well?
I've already got it. Yeah, thank you. And now I'm parking next to someone that's in the car. Cute little Christmas cup. I wish they got a sugar on it. Okay, that was literally the most uneventful thing in the world. To be honest, we could go and try and do it somewhere else. Like I swear he wasn't even listening to me. Like every time I would like say one word, he's like, what? I'm like, oh my god, you're not even letting me say my full sentence. Anyway, also I got new nails. Next time, because I have 2 sets of nails before Christmas, so I have one in like 2 weeks. So I don't know what I'm gonna get for that, but then the next week after that, I'm gonna get like Christmas nails because I feel like that'll be really cute. Okay, this cold brew looks good though. I'm so like fussy with my coffee, so like the fact that there's like not that much ice in this like really bothers me. Oh, guys, this is not a success. I don't like this cold brew. I want to try the coffee, but it seems really hot. But like, how cute does that look? Like, I want to walk around with this. Not bad. I don't know whether to go back through, but like, he's probably gonna be like, really, girl? I'm gonna be like, sorry. This video, I thought I would just touch on my most asked questions. So that's what we're doing. One that you probably wouldn't ask me too much if you have only recently followed me, but it's about my eating habits and my eating disorder back in the day. So basically I want to explain to you like what I went through briefly because it was a long time ago. Basically, I would say I started caring about my body from like a young age, which is really not good. Like I remember weighing myself at a super young age. I don't weigh myself anymore, unless I have to go to the doctors, because it's just not, weighing yourself is honestly the most horrible way to get a gauge on your health or to determine your body. I don't know how to explain it, but your weight does not mean anything. Like I I know like one of my friends, she weighs like literally 20 kilos more than me, but we look the exact same size. But because she's like way more muscly than me, you know, that's why she weighs more. So that is like such a good example of like, you know, weight doesn't matter. If you're in the gym and you're putting on muscle, you're gonna weigh more. See, I literally always ramble. And this is a topic like I'm very passionate about, and I don't really like getting vulnerable with it all the time because I feel like I've opened up a lot in my life, and it's really exhausting to talk about this topic sometimes. I feel if someone's going through struggles within eating, they need to learn on their own. Yes, I can shed light on it and I can say my experience and I can tell them what I've been through and give them tips. But at the end of the day, everyone's experiencing something different. At the end of the day, people will recover when they're ready. You can't force someone to recover. If someone's going through the struggles within eating, it's like something they need to do in their own time. Unfortunately, I wish I could fast forward it for everyone and give you a step-by-step on how to recover, but it's just not realistic. And I think it also comes with getting older and realizing your body isn't your worth, and you don't need to be stick thin, and that doesn't, your body doesn't make you, you know, less beautiful, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I think like a lot comes into recovery, not just, yeah. Anyway, so basically in school, I was like a pretty sporty kid until like probably but even when I stopped sports, I was like in the gym. I think I got pretty obsessed with the gym in year 12. I was really close with a family that was also like pretty into the gym, and they didn't mean to, but they made comments about things that triggered me and I didn't realize, or had an effect on me long term that I didn't realize. For example, like if I would, because I ate a lot, and I still do eat a lot, but I would eat a lot, and they would always, well, one of the family members like said to me once, you know, this is the portion of fruit you're meant to have a day, and look at everything you're eating, like sugar wise, like you should be having this much sugar, you're having this much sugar, like that's crazy. And that sort of stuck with me because I was like, crap, like am I eating too much sugar? And you know, they also always tracked their calories and stuff, and like, yeah, I think it was just a little bit, I know they didn't mean for it to trigger anyone, but I think it did. I also used to watch this certain influencer when I was younger, and I don't think her intent was to have any harmful effect on anyone, but she definitely had a harmful effect on me. Like the way she ate, she sort of preached the way she ate, but she would disclaim it. Like she would sort of say, this is just the way I do it, you need to find out what works for you, but when you go out you should order this off the menu, like sort of thing. And I guess I looked up to her a lot, wanted her body, and maybe it was also like my fault for like wanting to do everything that she did. This is such a long story. I could probably only answer 2 questions in this thing, and if you don't care about eating, I'm sorry. So anyway, I was quite obsessive with my food. I found myself towards the very end of year 12, probably once after I graduated. I feel like I developed orthorexia in the year of year 12. And then towards the end of year 12 / the first year I was out of school, I fell into a binge eating habit and developed binge eating disorder and bulimia. So I think that would have lasted for about a year. Basically, binge eating disorder stems from food restriction. So if you never restrict your food, you're never going to get binge eating disorder. If you do restrict your food, you may develop binge eating disorder because it's your body's coping mechanism to help you survive, because it thinks you're dying because you're literally starving yourself. Best way I can word it, I've done a lot of research on this. I know a lot about it. It's like literally in my mind forever. I am very educated on it. Like I'm not that good at explaining it. Obviously do your own research, but this is what I obtained from everything that I, you know, every book I read and things like that. And obviously bulimia, I don't want to touch too much into that because I just think it's really triggering. Actually the worst way to try and cope, because with bulimia it's like almost fast forwards your binge eating disorder, because you're not only restricting your food, but then you're restricting it more by trying to even out the fact that you maybe ate too much that night or whatever. Like, it's literally just a ripple effect and a massive cycle, and it's horrible. Before I moved to Melbourne, I recovered probably like 50%, I would say. Like, I wasn't binge eating as much. Basically the way I recovered, what kickstarted my recovery is I read the book Brain Over Binge by Katherine Hanson. I've recommended it to so many people. It is so good. Oh my god, please freaking read it. I honestly want to read it again just because it's so insightful, and it's not even just about, it's basically about habits. So you can really read that and sub in any habit in your life and think of it that way. So essentially, yeah, it's more about like habits, the book, but it's really good. Like, with any habit that you want to get rid of, I would read that and really try and think about that if you're trying to break a habit. So I was probably about 50% of the way recovered, and then I moved in with my girlfriend at the time, and she had a really good relationship with food when I first met her, and it made me realize, wow, like, you know, you can have a good relationship with food, because I think everyone I was hanging around with at the time didn't really have a good relationship with food. Anyway, everyone that I was close with, or not even that they didn't have a good relationship with food, but like they would make comments about food like, oh, I've eaten so much today, or like, I've had X amount of pieces of bread. I'm like, I just don't like when people like speak about like the way they eat in like a negative way. Like, I find that very triggering, and it can be triggering to everyone around you. I don't like when people label foods as good and bad. I think there are foods that are more nutritionally dense and better for your body, you know, health wise, 100%. And I think we should be eating nutritional foods and foods that are gonna help our health long term. But I don't like when people label things as like good and bad. That's just what I've found. I don't really know. It's kind of like when people think like bread is bad for you. Like, sometimes like my dad will be like, oh, I gotta stop eating so much bread. I'm like, no you don't. Why do you need to stop eating so much bread? Like, you know what I mean? So I think there's like a misconception around some food, and I think that just stems from years of false information being pushed out to everyone. But yeah, and then basically I just slowly recovered from there. Seeing someone eat so well and being around someone that has a great relationship with food is definitely a massive help. If you're around someone that also struggles with food, I would recommend not hanging out with them until you're both recovered, because it is the recipe for disaster. Like, it's not good, because sometimes seeing someone else not eat something or eat something like impacts your decision making around food. Anyway, it got to a point where I think if you have struggles with food, you will know what I'm talking about here, when you would plan your food like for the day, and like, you know, you would want to eat certain things on that day, and when that didn't happen, it would really throw you off. That all stopped. I got to a point where, you know, if I was hungry, I would just eat. That I wasn't like that in the past. Years ago, I couldn't figure out if I was hungry or not. Like, what told me that I was hungry and full wasn't there for me anymore. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. If you can relate, you can. If you can't, you can't. But this is just my experience. But yeah, so things like that, little things like that, not being able to tell if you're hungry or full, just thinking about food all the time, always on your mind, things like that. Completely, I don't have that anymore. Like, it's so nice just being able to go about my day and not worry about that sort of stuff. I sometimes forget that I had to do that at some point, because it's just crazy to me. Ugh, I don't even want this coffee, but I'm just gonna drink one for one. This is actually not bad. It's just a flat white, and I'm kind of loving it. Eventually just fully went away, and it was honestly with time. Another thing that really helped me recover, and I know a lot of you do not want to hear this because I didn't want to hear this when I first, sort of chose to recover, is you have to just eat what you want, eat what you're craving. If you're craving McDonald's, go eat it. Like, I'm sorry, right now you can't care about nutritional value unless you think of it in a way that's not body image related, unless you're literally wanting to eat it because you're like, I know I need veggies, I know I need to eat some fruit, I know I need protein, things like that. That's fine. Your nutrition is so incredibly important, but because of the situation you're in and you want to get out of it and need to get out of it, you kind of have to throw the nutrition out the window a bit if you're craving McDonald's. Like, don't go and try and eat the apple. You're not going to be satisfied. Because I think that's something I really struggled with. I would be like, oh, I'm craving a donut. And then I'd be like, oh, I'll just eat an apple. And then I'm like, still want something. Oh, I'll eat some strawberries. Oh, I'll eat, some chocolate. Oh, now I'm just going to eat the donut. It's like, just eat the fucking donut. It sounds so silly. This is genuinely what people are going through. I'm, again, sorry if you can't relate and you probably think it's as simple as like, just eat. No, it's not that simple. And if anyone fucking says that, literally shut up, because it's not that simple. And if you know, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I'm really sorry if anyone is going through an eating disorder right now. My heart goes out to you because I know how hard it is and I know how difficult it is to recover, but it's possible. Use me as an example. It is so possible, and it does take time, and I hope that all of you have a good support system around you. I hope you can tell someone, because I didn't tell anyone while I was going through it. I only told people once I was like semi-recovered. Like, no one would have known that I was going through it. An easy thing to disguise when it doesn't show on you physically, because I think a lot of people just see eating disorders as like anorexia. Like, no, it doesn't matter what you look like, how big or small you are, you can have. And also, a lot of people think anorexia is just like stick thin people. It's like, no, that's not what it is at all. Like, there's a lot of misconception around this topic. That's why it's important to do your research. Maybe go to a professional if you need. I think you need to be really careful of who you go to if you want to seek professional help, because a lot of it is bullshit, in my opinion. They try and put you on meal plans. No, you don't want to be on a freaking meal plan. Like, that's the last thing you want to be on if you're struggling with binge eating, because you don't want to restrict your food, in my opinion. That's just something I want you to think about, because I think it's viewed in the wrong way some of the time. I don't think there's the right help around it a lot of the time, if I'm being honest. Another question is around my sexuality. A lot of people asking me questions, and as I've always said, I don't label myself. I like who I like. Not gender focused at all. I thrive off connection. If I connect with someone, and we have the same morals, we just vibe with each other, I'm so like drawn to that, and that's kind of all I care about. For me, like, I'm not like gender focused at all, which I like. A lot of people get confused, like, when I'm friends with like people, especially girls, they're like, aren't you into them? Or like, doesn't your girlfriend get angry? Or blah blah blah. And it's like, I understand that people don't know because they're not in the situation, but it's literally the same as you having friends. You don't want to be with your friends. Like, as soon as someone's a friend to me, they're like completely off limits. Like, you're my friend. Like, I feel like as soon as I meet someone, I know if they're in the friend category or if they're potentially maybe not. So I feel like everyone can relate to that, unless you like end up falling for your friend, which I've never done. No, I've never done. But anyway, that's a debrief on my sexuality. Yeah, there's no real rules in my brain. It's just, if I fall for someone, then I fall for someone. But I do think it is easier to connect with a girl. I have noticed. But I think there's like certain guys in the world that would make it easy. Very individual for me. Like, I don't have a denim mini skirt and I really want to buy one. There was this one from Lee that I really wanted to buy. I think it's sold out everywhere, but I think I'm just gonna try and find a similar one. And I kind of want to buy a new perfume from Tom Ford that I've been eyeing off, and I'm just kind of like, should I get it? Yeah, feeling really run down this week. My neck is literally so sore. I need a massage. I've just had the busiest week, and I'm off to Queensland tomorrow to see my family in my hometown. So I have so much to do today. Oh my god, I have so much to do. It's just gone so fast because I've only had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because I was in Queensland on the weekend as well. So yeah, I just have a lot to get done. I've already packed a lot of my bag though, so I'm so proud of myself because normally I leave it last minute. I still have a lot to do though, so I'm gonna do that once I get home. Photos to take today, an event tonight, which I forgot about, with Puma. And the shoes they sent were actually really cool, but that's the thing, I don't have an outfit for it. So I'm like, that's why I want to try and find the denim mini skirt, so then I can just wear a little t-shirt with it. That is the goal. I think I'm just gonna go to Cotton On to look for the mini skirt because it'll be like $40 or something, and then I can cut it, and if I cut it badly, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the vibe. I'm also gonna buy a matcha after this because both these coffees aren't hitting to the extent that I want. I've also already had a coffee this morning. Anyway, this is basically just like a massive chit chat, but I love chatting. Like, I actually love chatting. Like, some of my friends are like, you should literally start a podcast because you just can't stop talking. Phone just overheated, so where was I? I'm gonna go get a matcha now. The whole time I'm in Queensland, the weather is like bad, and I swear Melbourne will just be good. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. We'll speak to you next week. Have the best week.